Folks, this is it. A truly massive winter storm is bearing down on the United States. This isn't just another winter event. It's a once-in-a-decade system that meteorologists have been tracking for days, and now it's finally here. The scale and intensity of this storm are unlike anything we've seen in recent years, and it's about to impact millions of lives from the heart of Texas all the way to the far reaches of New England. As of Friday, January 23, 2026, an immense weather system is stretching from Texas to New England. The satellite images are staggering. This storm covers nearly a third of the continental U.S., with swirling clouds and bands of precipitation that seem to go on forever. It's a textbook example of how powerful nature can be, and it's moving fast. Nearly everyone east of the Rockies will feel its impact. From the bustling cities of the Midwest to the quiet rural towns of the Northeast, no one in this vast region will be spared from the storm's reach. Even areas that typically escape the worst of winter are bracing for significant disruptions. This isn't just a snow day, it's a dangerous, potentially historic outbreak demanding our full attention. Emergency services are already stretched thin, responding to accidents and stranded motorists. News crews are out in force, reporting on the rapidly deteriorating conditions as the storm intensifies. Over 180 million Americans are under some form of winter weather alert, more than half the country. Phones are buzzing with notifications, and local governments are urging everyone to take these warnings seriously. Schools and businesses are closing, and travel plans are being canceled by the hour. This storm brings a dangerous mix of heavy snow, crippling ice, and life-threatening cold. Snowfall rates could reach 2 to 3 inches per hour in some areas, while a thick glaze of ice threatens to snap power lines and bring down trees. The cold that follows will be bitter, with wind chills plunging well below zero. We're tracking it with every tool available to provide the most accurate forecast. Meteorologists are working around the clock, analyzing radar, satellite, and computer models to pinpoint where the worst impacts will be. Our goal is to keep you informed and help you make the best decisions for your safety. The time to prepare is over. Now is the time to hunker down. If you haven't already, gather your emergency supplies, check your flashlights and batteries, and make sure you have enough food and water to last several days. Stay indoors if you can, and avoid unnecessary travel. What makes this storm so significant is its sheer size, and the combination of threats, blizzard, and ice storm, all driven by a surge of Arctic air. It's rare to see such a widespread event where so many hazards overlap, creating a perfect storm scenario that will test the resilience of communities across the country. Millions could face treacherous travel, prolonged power outages, and significant damage to homes and infrastructure. Roads are already becoming impassable in some regions, and utility crews are preparing for what could be days of restoration work. The aftermath could linger long after the last snowflake falls. The National Weather Service is warning of life-threatening conditions. This is not hyperbole. These alerts are based on the latest science and real-time data, and they're being issued with the utmost urgency. Please, heed these warnings and take them seriously. A deep dip in the jet stream is pulling frigid air from the Arctic, while Gulf moisture surges north to meet it. This collision of air masses is what's fueling the storm's explosive growth, creating a volatile environment where snow, ice, and wind can all reach extreme levels. This clash is fueling a winter monster. Winds are expected to gust over 40 miles per hour in some areas, creating whiteout conditions and making travel nearly impossible. The combination of blowing snow and freezing rain will make it difficult for even the most prepared to stay safe. From Friday through the weekend, this storm will churn across the country, leaving a trail of snow, ice, and extreme cold. Communities will be digging out for days, and the recovery process could take even longer in the hardest-hit areas. The impacts will be felt long after the storm has passed. Stay with us, stay informed, and most importantly, stay safe. We'll continue to bring you the latest updates, tips for staying warm, and information on where to find help if you need it. Remember, your safety and the safety of your loved ones is what matters most right now. Let's get through this together. What makes this winter storm so different? It's not just snow, it's a dangerous mix of snow, sleet, and freezing rain. This storm has multiple layers of air at different temperatures, creating a hazardous blend of precipitation. A powerful low pressure is drawing in Gulf moisture, while Arctic air plunges south from Canada. Where these air masses collide, the real trouble begins. In the north, expect all snow. Further south, a warm layer aloft means sleet and freezing rain. Freezing rain is the most dangerous, coating everything in ice. This is a bomb cyclone, rapidly intensifying and packing immense power. The storm's size, rapid strengthening, and perfect mix of moisture and cold make it a historic threat. Millions are at risk from this unique and formidable system. Let's break down where the storm will hit hardest. The first major ice corridor runs from Texas through Tennessee, threatening trees and the power grid. A second ice band targets the Carolinas and Virginia, with crippling accumulations expected. North of these ice zones, heavy snow will blanket the Appalachians, Northeast, and New England. Blizzard conditions likely. The storm's impacts begin Friday afternoon in Texas and the lower Mississippi Valley, then rapidly expand eastward Saturday. By Saturday night, the Mid-Atlantic faces heavy snow and ice, with the Northeast hit hardest on Sunday. This is a long-duration event. Precipitation will last 24 to 36 hours in some areas. That's why forecast totals for both snow and ice are so high. Snow is disruptive, but ice is destructive, and this storm's biggest threat. Just half an inch of ice can add hundreds of pounds to power lines and trees, causing widespread outages. Two main ice corridors, Texas to Tennessee and the Carolinas to Virginia, face catastrophic ice accumulations. Ice encases everything, making roads, sidewalks, and infrastructure treacherous. Unlike snow, ice bonds to surfaces and is nearly impossible to clear. Salt and de-icers lose effectiveness as temperatures drop. Driving and even walking become extremely hazardous. Emergency responders may be unable to reach those in need. Extended power outages in sub-freezing temperatures are life-threatening. Homes without heat quickly become unsafe. Millions in the ice warning zones must take this threat seriously. Ice is a powerful, destructive force. Prepare accordingly. While ice is the main threat in the south, it's not just a minor inconvenience. Roads will become treacherous, coated in a slick, invisible glaze that can send even the most careful drivers sliding out of control. Power lines and tree branches, already weighed down by freezing rain, may snap under the strain, plunging neighborhoods into darkness and cold. For many in the southern states, this kind of winter weather is rare and dangerous, catching communities off guard and making travel nearly impossible. Meanwhile, the north faces a blockbuster snowstorm of historic proportions. Snow will fall relentlessly, blanketing cities and rural areas alike, transforming familiar landscapes into a world of white. The intensity and duration of this storm will set it apart, with accumulations that could shatter records in some locations. The heaviest snow will fall from the mid-Atlantic mountains into New England, measured in feet, not inches. In these regions, snow will pile up rapidly, overwhelming plows and making even short trips hazardous. The sheer volume of snow will challenge emergency services and test the resilience of local communities. Higher elevations in Pennsylvania, Maryland, West Virginia, and Virginia could see up to 2 feet, with some isolated spots possibly receiving even more. Mountain passes and rural roads may become completely impassable, isolating towns and making rescue efforts difficult. The snow will be dense and wet in the south, clinging to every surface and making shoveling a backbreaking task. This heavy, moisture-laden snow can quickly turn to ice as temperatures fluctuate, compounding the danger and increasing the risk of slips and falls. In contrast, the north will see lighter, fluffier snow, but don't be fooled, its depth will be significant. This powdery snow can drift easily, piling up against homes and blocking roads while also reducing visibility to near zero at times. Strong winds will create blizzard or near-blizzard conditions, whipping snow into the air and making it nearly impossible to see more than a few feet ahead. These winds will drive the cold deeper, increasing the risk of frostbite for anyone caught outside. Whiteouts and massive drifts will bring travel to a standstill. Roads will disappear beneath waves of snow and vehicles could become stranded for hours or even days. Emergency services may be unable to reach those in need until conditions improve. Roads will be buried as fast as they're cleared, with plows struggling to keep up. In some areas, snow may accumulate at rates of several inches per hour, making it a losing battle for road crews. Heavy wet snow can also bring down trees and power lines, causing widespread outages that may last for days. Residents should be prepared for the possibility of extended periods without heat or electricity. Even flat roofs may be at risk of collapse under the weight, especially on older buildings or those not designed for such heavy loads. Homeowners and business owners should take precautions to clear snow safely when possible. This is a powerful snowstorm that will bring life to a halt across the Northeast. Schools and businesses will close, public transportation will be suspended, and daily routines will be upended as communities hunker down to wait out the storm. Take it seriously. Conditions will be extreme. Prepare now, stay informed, and avoid unnecessary travel. Your safety, and the safety of your loved ones could depend on the choices you make before the worst of the storm arrives. The storm's severity has prompted emergency declarations in at least a dozen states. This allows governors to mobilize resources, including the National Guard, and free up funding for response. Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas, Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, Georgia, the Carolinas, Virginia, Maryland, and Missouri are all under emergency declarations. In Texas, the power grid is expected to hold, but localized outages are likely. The National Guard is deployed to assist with emergency response and keep key routes open. These declarations are a clear warning. Conditions may exceed local capabilities. Residents must finalize preparations, stay off roads, and follow official guidance. Heed these warnings. They're issued to keep you safe. This storm is already causing major travel disruptions nationwide. Roads will become impassable, and major highways may shut down for days. Amazon and other delivery services are warning of significant delays. Airlines have canceled flights across Texas, the Southeast, and the Northeast. If you have travel plans, check with your airline. Most flights are affected. The biggest concern is the strain on power grids, especially from ice. Ice can snap power lines and bring down poles, causing widespread outages. Repairing damage is slow and difficult when roads are blocked. Residents must be ready for days without power. Extreme cold will further stress the grid as demand for heat surges. Have a plan for outages. Don't wait until it's too late. Preparation is your best defense. Have an emergency kit with food, water, radio, flashlight, medications, and supplies for pets or infants, enough for 3 to 5 days. If you lose power, never use a gas stove or grill indoors. Carbon monoxide is deadly. Use generators only outdoors, far from windows and doors. Make sure carbon monoxide detectors are working. Dress in layers if you must go outside. Cover all exposed skin. Frostbite can occur in minutes. Limit time outdoors. Check on neighbors, especially the elderly or those with young children. Community support is vital in a crisis. Share official information and help where you can. A simple check-in could save a life. We're all in this together. Look out for one another. Stay safe and prepared. As this historic storm unfolds, staying informed is more important than ever. The situation can change in an instant, and having up-to-date information could make all the difference for you and your loved ones. Whether you're following the news on TV, listening to updates on a battery-powered radio, or checking emergency alerts on your phone, make sure you're tuned in to trusted sources. Don't rely on rumors or social media alone. Official updates are your best guide. Conditions will change rapidly. Just a few miles can mean the difference between rain and catastrophic ice. One neighborhood might see only slush, while another faces dangerous, impassable roads. Stay alert to local forecasts, and remember that what's happening outside your window may not reflect the hazards just down the road. Have a reliable way to receive weather alerts. No AA, weather radio is best. If the power goes out or cell service drops, a battery-powered or hand-crank radio can keep you connected to life-saving information. Test your devices now, and make sure you have spare batteries on hand. Follow local officials' advice and stay off the roads. Road closures and travel bans are put in place for your safety, and ignoring them can put you, your family, and first responders at risk. First responders need clear roads for emergencies. Every unnecessary trip makes it harder for them to reach people who truly need help. If you must travel, let someone know your route and expected arrival time. Hunker down. Don't risk your safety or others. Stay inside, keep warm, and avoid unnecessary trips outdoors. If you lose heat, gather in one room, dress in layers, and use blankets to conserve warmth. The impacts will last beyond the storm. Cold and outages may persist for days. Prepare for the possibility of extended power outages, and have flashlights, extra batteries, and a plan for staying warm without electricity. Be prepared for multi-day disruptions, and use supplies wisely. Stock up on non-perishable food, water, and medications. Ration your resources, and check your emergency kit before the storm hits. Charge your devices ahead of time, and write down important phone numbers in case your phone dies. Communication is key during emergencies. This is a storm for the history books, but we've seen it coming. Thanks to modern forecasting, we have the tools to prepare and protect ourselves. Take warnings seriously, and don't wait until it's too late to act. Now is the time to act. Check on neighbors, and stay home. If you have elderly or vulnerable neighbors, reach out to make sure they're safe and have what they need. Community support can make all the difference. Stay warm, stay informed, and we'll get through this together. Share updates with friends and family, and look out for one another. Remember, you're not alone in this. We'll be here, tracking every facet of the storm and bringing you the latest information. Stay safe, stay prepared, and take care of each other as we weather this historic event.